I'm sure we've all hurried at some point in our lives, down to the beach or to the top of a hill, not to miss the sunset. We'll stand and stare and remain silent as diffuse shades of orange stretch over the horizon. Meanwhile, the sun, like a painter who keeps changing his mind about which colors to use, finally resolves everything with shades of pink and light yellow, before sinking, finally, into stunning whiteness. Suddenly, we are marveled and uplifted, pulled out of our small, ordinary lives, and taken to a realm far richer and more eloquent than anything we know. All beauty and art evoke harmonies that transport us to a place where, for only seconds, time stops and we are one with the world. It is the best life has to offer. We've all, at some point, experienced the feeling of being fully immersed in the beauty of something or someone. Yet I think trying to explain it or make sense of what it feels like to witness something beautiful is quite tricky. How would you describe it? I mean, we know that beauty, whether in the form of a dance, a pattern, a song, or something completely abstract, awakens an emotional response in us. A broad range of emotions, actually. Admiration, awe, fascination, nostalgia, hope, empathy. And we know that we can experience that via all of our senses. Let's take rain, for example. Sight. The way that it falls from the sky, nourishing nature, making the green greener and the streets of this sometimes dirty city cleaner. Sound. The soothing hum of white noise as the raindrops hit the window while you're inside your home or in your car. Smell. The earthy scent that spreads through the air as the rain hits the ground, known as petrichor, or however you pronounce that. Taste. Well, water. Touch. The relief as the rain interrupts a hot summer day, leaving the air feeling slightly damp against our skin. What comes to your mind when you think of rain and why it's beautiful? Beauty adds no tangible benefit to things. Yes, we may experience happiness, inspiration, a boost of creativity and motivation, but beauty is mostly just entertainment for the mind. A room isn't necessarily better or more functional because its interior is pleasing to the eye. Neither is a building, a dish, or a website. Yet we want it, we're drawn to it, we seek it out. Take flowers, for example. As much as I love them, I'll admit they're kind of useless. Sure, one can make the argument that there's an indirect benefit to keeping flowers in your space because they boost your mood, which leads to more enthusiasm, which leads to more productivity, for example. But none of that is the reason I get flowers. I get them so that whenever I look up from my laptop or walk past them on my way to the kitchen, there's something beautiful there for me to look at and admire, even if it's only for a split second. Oh, and they also fill my home with a nice aroma, but that's it, really. And that's enough. I like what Roger Scruton wrote in Beauty. Beauty is the ultimate value, something that we pursue for its own sake, and for the pursuit of which no further reason need be given. If someone asks me, why are you interested in X? Is because it is beautiful a final answer, one that is immune to counter-argument like the answers because it's good and because it's true. Now, is this all about vanity, shallowness? It can be, but it isn't inherently. We know from research that beauty is about so much more. Did you know that just seeing photos of a beautiful landscape can release feel-good hormones in your brain? I even read somewhere that looking at art can have the same psychological effect as romantic love. Don't quote me on that one, but that's kind of rad. The fact is that beauty can make us happier. Aesthetically pleasing environments can improve our well-being. I mean, one of the reasons that I choose to live in the city is because it's so beautiful. The architecture, the history. I walk among it all several times a day, every day of the week, and each time, I'm in awe. So, what's the takeaway here? What do you think the takeaway is? I personally think the takeaway is that it's probably a good idea to be more mindful of the important role that beauty plays in our lives, and to be more intentional with bringing beauty into our lives, to enrich our lives with more aesthetic experiences and pleasures. I always say that life is never dull, you're just used to it. Although it might be a bit of a stretch, I think it's a good note to keep in your back pocket, so that you're always carrying a piece of curiosity and wonder with you, like that of a child, because the beauty of the everyday mundane is so easily overlooked. Now, speaking of beauty and art and aesthetics, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. And I know I've talked quite a bit about Skillshare because I do genuinely take classes on there like all the time, and I've learned so much. But I think I found my favorite class so far, and it's called Sketchbook Illustration for All, Draw Your Day with Watercolor and Pen, and it's held by Samantha Dion Baker. And it has truly inspired me to get into drawing as part of my daily journaling practice, and it just seems like such a cool and fun way to incorporate some art and beauty into my daily life, and I'm just so happy that I found her class. Now, whether you are interested in art or photography or video editing or any other topic, chances are there's a class about it on Skillshare, which is an online learning community with thousands of classes on a variety of topics. I've gotten tons of value out of my membership, and if you would like to try it out yourself, I have an offer for you. So the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description box will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. All right, thank you all so much for showing up here today. Now, please share your thoughts on today's topic. I would love to hear it. And as always, I will see you in the comment section.